So, a very long time ago, I created a video about how you can, tell the difference between Imperial officers, and that video has actually been doing pretty amazing. It's shocking. But in that video, I only talked about the Navy, the Imperial Navy, and so half the comment section was just begging me to create a video about it for the Army of Star Wars. So, you know.
NG.
Yeah, Amy, what's up?
Only one person asked for this video.
Well, I mean, yeah, only one person asked for it, but there's only two comments on that video, so technically that is half the comment section.
Well, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I know I am, Amy. Thank you. Alright, well, like I said, it was a requested video. Half the comment section just begging me to do it. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Shatter their hopes and dreams? No, I have to fulfill their wishes and create this video that they've all been longing for. And so, let's hop into this episode of Star Wars Nerds and Geeks. So first off, there are a lot less ranks in the Imperial Army than I could find in the Imperial Navy. So hopefully that means this video is shorter, which means that we can all learn all the information and get out here quicker, which yippee for you. Alright, so first off, we have the just average Stormtrooper. Stormtroopers can have two different things. They can either just be wearing nothing. Actually, they'll be wearing something. I mean, these aren't sexy troopers. They're going to be wearing something. So they'll either just have their normal white outfits on, or sometimes, like you'll see in episode 4, they'll have the black pauldron on their right shoulder. Then moving on to the corporal. Corporal will be wearing a gray pauldron on its right shoulder. And all these stormtroopers, this is the ranks of all the stormtroopers, they all wear pauldrons and they wear it on their right shoulder, and that denotes their rank. If I'm not wrong, you only see this in episode 4. You don't really see this popping up in any other movies. So if you want to see proof that I'm not crazy, go watch that movie. It's at the very beginning. So corporal. Moving on, we got the sergeant, who is wearing a white pauldron, and there's actually a bunch of Legos that have stormtroopers, and most of the stormtroopers that are in Lego and they have pauldrons on them, they're going to be either wearing the white or the gray ones, and there are a few with the next color, but mostly I think that it's white and gray. Alright, next we have the orange one, which is a senior sergeant, and this is kind of like the one that one guy was wearing in episode 4, that Obi-Wan had to tell them that these aren't the droids that they're looking for, and they're like, oh yeah, my bad, man, don't worry about it. This is the senior sergeant. He could also be called the squad leader. And then moving on to the next color, we have red, which is my favorite color, so I would want to be this officer just because I love red. It is the sergeant major, which is just, there's 3 levels of sergeants, so this is just like denoting who has more priority over the other, even though they're all sergeants. Alright, and then the very last one is a blue guy, and this is like an officer cadet, because officers don't wear stormtrooper outfits, they wear an officer outfit. that was kind of obvious. But officer cadets, they're like officers in training, so they only wear stormtrooper outfits. Next we got the officers, who, as I so obviously stated earlier, are wearing their officer uniforms, which is going to be the black uniforms. The Navy officers generally wear the gray ones, and the Army officers generally wear the black ones, so that's just an easy way to denote who is who. So first off, we have the lieutenant, who is wearing a blue square and a blue rectangle on top of each other. And this is actually also the same as the ensign and the acting sub-lieutenant from the Navy. And then we double that up to get a square, which is the senior lieutenant, which is the same as the just normal lieutenant in the Navy. Add another row and we get the captain, which is the same as the commander or the captain or the line captain in the Navy. After the captain comes the commander, and as you can see, we're just adding a row each time. The commander is a row of 4 and then another row of 4, which is the same as the commodore or the rear admiral from the Navy. And then we get into the yellow squares. So if you remember in the Navy one, there were 2 people that had yellow squares. There was the High Admiral and the Grand Admiral. And these 2 guys are like the top of the top, the best of the best. And there's no like Grand Admiral equivalent for the ground because the Grand Admiral is kind of like overall. They're like the leader of both the air and the ground, even though it says Admiral. But we do have something that's kind of similar to the High Admiral, but I'll get to that in a second. So the first one with the yellow square is the Senior Commander. You can see it's essentially the commander, except it replaces a yellow square. And this one actually looks a lot like the High Admiral from the Navy, except it has a few less rows. And then comes the General, which has 2 squares, 2 yellow squares, and then the 3 blue and then the 3 red. And the General is like the same level as the Admiral from the Navy. They're both like essentially the General and the Admiral are each going to be the highest people that you're going to see most often. If you see anyone higher than that, you gotta run. Don't be anywhere near them. And again, like I said, there's no real Grand Admiral equivalent for the ground because there's not in Star Wars. Most of the fighting, like all that, really happens in the air, and so it'd be kind of pointless to have a Grand Admiral, a Grand General on the ground. And second off, the Grand Admiral oversees both the air and the ground fighting. So again, it'd be kind of redundant. And so that's what I've got. Pretty short, so that's pretty awesome. But would you guys like to see the same thing except for like the Republic or the First Order or the Rebellion or whatnot? Or do you guys not like these videos? So tell me in the comments, because I could totally make more, but I also totally couldn't. It's whatever you want. But of course, this is Star Wars Nerds and Geeks signing off. See you all next time.